Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of today's broadcast. Second half here of the OSC Elite Rising Star number 16, day number 2. One of those here. Here we go. We are back. We are here. And we've had a lot of 2-0s so far. We've had nothing but 2-0s in the broadcast. We'll see if that trend continues coming to the second half, coming into our TvP. Up next, we have Jumy versus BabyMarine. I'll say these two are very close in skill, very intense, but also much more aggressive. So I'm hoping for something more intense, especially after that last series. It was a little bit more tame. I mean, really only game 1. But here we'll see how Jumy and BabyMarine do approach each other, both on the same team. So it's going to be a streamer's own team kill. Let's go. Let's jump on in. Game 1 is going to be on Tokamak. Bearing in mind that we have 3 series remaining here tonight, we have this matchup, this best of 3 between Jumy and BabyMarine, and we have a Demi versus UD Soldier thereafter. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Protoss player. We have the German Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Jumy. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. We have the Italian Terran representing Streamer Zone as well. It is BabyMarine. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim this series. Will it go the way of the Protoss or will it go the way of the Terran as we move out with an SCV? Not just one, we move out with 2. It's going to be a fast one. It's going to be a fast one as we move out with 2 SCVs going proxy 2 racks. The racks are being thrown down behind the third base location. Jumy on the flip side, we'll see if he can get a read on what the hell is happening, as so far he has stayed at home. So far there is no probe scouts. Meanwhile, before we get ahead of things, a big shout out to Pesavenga in the chat. Papi, thank you so much. Oh, Pesavenga. Gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to the community, gifted sub to Mazeroth. Thank you so much. We do appreciate the support as always, papi, as always. Much love, much love. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the casting, hope you enjoy the StarCraft as we're getting into our first game of the series. And again, we have our Raxes on the way. Based on their location, we do have 1 gas back at home, so it looks like proxy 2 Rax Reaper. Oh wait, we have a 3rd Rax. No, okay, proxy 2 Rax Reaper does seem to be the case. Jumy, he does move out across the map. He's setting up his own proxy, his own pylon. Okay. We have proxy versus proxy. We are not going Reaper because we're going for add-ons, so we're going proxy 2x Marauder from the side of BabyMarine. Meanwhile, Jumy, he has 0 scouting information because he's going for what looks to be a proxy pylon with a proxy Stargate. Is that the plan here? Gate Cybercore into proxy pylon into what looks to be a Stargate location. I think Jumy's dead. I'll be honest, I think he's just dead. He's expanding. He has 0 scouting information, so he has no idea what's going on. And if he starts to Stargate across the map, which he's about to, the Cybercore is done, the pylon is finishing, show us the tech of choice, which means he has even less to defend back at home. Oh boy. There it is. There's a proxy Stargate. So there is nothing at home. There's 1 adept. There's gotta be 1 adept to defend. It means that to reinforce, we have to recall the Void Ray or recall the Oracle once it pops out. So again, the defensive advantage here, the defensive advantage is not going to be there when it comes to production. The production is not at home. Adept shades across the map. There's nothing. there's nothing here. Let's go. Oh god. BabyMarine, he waddles in. He waddles in. Bunkers are being thrown down. The boys are being pulled away. Adept does commit, but there's a full wall across the map. Stargate's not even done, just now finishing. And BabyMarine, he just go in. Yeah, we just go into the main. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep going in. There's 1 adept. And a shield battery. Adept gets caught out. Boys are being pulled. Oh, you see BabyMarine playing it safe. He does kite back to the bunker. Okay, he does kite back. SCV goes down. Oracle is halfway done. That's a lot of probes falling. That's a lot of economic damage here. As one of the Marauders is low. That's going to be 12 probes. Ay. Oh god. 13 probes going down. There's no force field, there's no sentry on the high ground, so we just go in. Yeah, we just walk in. The 1 Marauder's quite low though, so we should be pulling it back to keep it safe. Going for the pylon. The Oracle does rock up across the map. The Oracle will kill SCVs, that is true. But it doesn't matter. The Oracle has finite energy. The Marauders should be able to kill everything. Once again, boys are on the way. BabyMarine does kite back. He does kite back. Gets one of the Adepts. There's a recall back home for the Oracle. Both Adepts go down. There's the energy recharge. The energy overcharge even. Gets one Marauder. Gets one. Well, eventually you get two. I think we'll get a total of three. I think 3 Marauders are going to fall. The Oracle going back into the main base. True, we can just jump into, yeah, we can just jump into the bunker. We could juggle into the bunker as well. So he's going down. We're getting some anti-air. Cyclone is on the way, and there's no answer to the Cyclone. That's the reality here. There is no answer. The Cyclone will kill everything. As the Oracle's running out of energy. Once again, we could save that Marauder by diving it into the bunker, but never mind. Oh, it's save anyway. The Marauder is safe. GG gets called, and BabyMarine will take game number 1. GG, well played. A build order win here for BabyMarine. Again, Jumy, he blindly went for a proxy Stargate, which means he had 0 scouting. If he had just checked with his probe, then he would have seen that there was no production at home, then he would have had a much more defensive approach and defensive response, but he had 0 information. He was just blindly going for the proxy as he was being proxied, and of course, proxy Marauder hits faster. It does hit first, and there was no defense back at home. Likewise, Oracles, as we mentioned, they have finite energy, they have finite uses, as once they run out, they can't really do anything. They tickle Marauders as well, and we saw even though they killed some SCVs, nowhere near enough damage. GG, well played. BabyMarine takes a lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. Oh, let's go. We're jumping into a map that we haven't casted in quite some time. I'm a big fan. I did vote for it during the TLMC 20 map contest. We're going to be loading into Sandworm. Here we go. We're going to be loading in. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of Sandworm, we have the German Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. We'll see if we can bounce back. We'll see if we can force... Oh, let's go. Let's see if we can force the ace match as he's moving out. It is Jumy. Sends out the probe immediately, by the way, and spawning in the top left hand or top right hand corner of Sandworm, we have the Italian Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Streamer Zone. It is BabyMarine. As Jumy's proxying. Jumy, he is proxying, he's meeting. It's gonna be a short series. It's God damn it. Shaking my head. But welcome to Sandworm. Sandworm, honestly, is a really fun map. This was one of the possible maps that could have made it through the voting process during the Team Liquid map contest. We did showcase this map. A lot of tournaments did back in the day, earlier this year, before the new map pool was decided on, and this was one of the potential maps. This is a part of the extended map pool here in the OSC tournament. OSC events do feature an extended map pool with extra maps that are voted on by the players. So players, they voted on Sandworm. I voted as well. Casters are able to vote. I did vote on Sandworm. True. I'll say that. Did make it through. But we're cheesing. Let's go. As we have our gateway across the map, we have an economic opener out of BabyMarine. What does this mean? Single gas opener, which means we have a command center before the factory, which means helium production is delayed. Because helium production is delayed, and because, oh my god, that first SCV almost goes down, it means that this initial proxy has more value, has more potential to get damage done. And Jumy, he's hoping for a low ground CC. If the CC is going to be on the high ground, it's going to be safer. If it's on the low ground, then it could be cancelled. Ooh, as we spray, the spray gets thrown down. Jumy throws down the doggo. Behind this, we have the CC on the low ground, the Zelda's on the way, and the purpose here is not just to delay, it's to ideally force a cancel. You can see he's waiting. He's waiting. You want to wait for the Reaper to pop. You want to wait for the Reaper to pop out and to go across the map. When the Reaper is halfway across the map, then bam, you can go in with your Zealots, and there will be no defense. Oh, the Reaper scouting there. Yeah, the Reaper does scout, the Reaper does check, the Reaper does find the Zealots. So nice scouting here by BabyMarine. He does get on top of the Zealots, but there's still 2 Zealots rocking up. Yeah, one towards the SCV, the other up the ramp. The wall is solid. And the CC is going to be delayed, but the Reaper's getting a lot of damage done. Ooh. As he did spend a little bit of DPS here on top on the wall. There we go, Stalker has arrived. Can we save the Zealot? Ooh, not barely nuts. Zealot goes down. And as you mentioned, the goal here is to force a cancel. The goal here is to force that cancellation. Marauder's on the way. Marauder does pop. Has to be respected. Ooh. Stalker does move down. And BabyMarine, can he save this? I mean, the Marauder has potential. But now we're up to 2 Stalkers. And again, we're targeting down the sea. It's going to be cancelled. Yeah, there's no saving this. No shot. Brutal damage. Now going for the Marauder, getting even more value. He gets a Marauder. Gets one. Oh. Kills the SCV. Gets one Marauder. Do we save this? No shot. Stalker's coming in. Stalker comes in. Takes down the Reaper. Hunts down the Marauder as well. And should force a cancel. It's going to be close. Here comes the Marauder. SCV comes in. He's going to save it. Okay. He saves the CC. Okay. Let's go. I mean, if this was canceled, that would have been game. 100%. I mean, a couple of things here. On the one hand, he saves it, which is amazing, by the way. But look at how delayed it is. It is heavy. Despite that, it's still heavily delayed. So this is still pretty brutal damage. But I mean, he's still alive. He's still alive. He's still in this game. He's still in a rough position. But he saves the CC. It went down to what, 50 HP? It was so close to going down. Jumy is not done. Jumy. He wants it with the repairs though. CC should be safe. Going for the Marauder. Gets one. Oh my god. Calm down. Calm down. Delays the bunker. Does delay, waiting for an extra warp in. There we go. Does warp in a Zell, does warp in a Depths. Ooh, mine shot goes off. A bit of miscontrol there from Jumy. He was waiting for the Zell to pop that mine. So a bit of miscontrol. One Stalker goes down, second Stalker takes a lot of hits as well. The bunker will not complete. Another Stalker goes down. Nice unit control here from Jumy. Sorry, from BabyMarine, I meant to say. Focusing down those Stalkers. BabyMarine does hold. He holds on. There's a world out there where that could have been, he would have been broken. Or it could have been broken, but BabyMarine, he's holding, he's defending. Going for his own mine drop. Jumy expands. And we have a game. We have a game here. I still give the edge to Jumy currently, but we'll see how much damage can be done with said mine drop. Behind this, we have our 3-1-1 setup. Getting into stim, building up tanks. Jumy should pull away in time. He should pull away in time. Oh god! Ooh, 2 probes. Okay. Only losing 2. Against 2 otherwines. So better defense here for Jumy. And BabyMarine pulls away. He pulls back, and now we can take a moment. We can take a breath here. And we'll see BabyMarine turns this into an all-in. Like, again, remember, the economy here is still a little bit stifled for BabyMarine. So he could throw down 2 more Raxes, and he could commit into a 2-base all-in, or he could get a 3rd TC. We'll see what we go for. Likewise, Jumy taking up, getting into Storm. Storm is on the way. Oh, calm down. Jumy panicking a little bit. Calm down, Jumy, calm down. See Jumy getting ready for his own drop, for his own counterattack if BabyMarine were to move out across the map. Likewise, Storm is about to finish. We have a 5 gateway explosion. That's a lot of gateways. It's going to be 7 in total. As the 8th gateway is going to be depowered. And again, this is where the soup does lie. Like, the supplies are very close, very neck and neck, but that doesn't really tell the story. Ooh, 2 more Raxes get thrown down. So again, seeing these extra Raxes here, it's a lot more aggressive, a lot more committed from BabyMarine on 2 bases, as he's choosing not to expand. Yeah, he pulls the boys. He pulls the boys, does choose not to expand. Again, a 5 rack setup is indicative of an all-in, and it's all or nothing for BabyMarine. But remember, he's pushing into Storm. SCVs are hidden. As he moves out, Prism moves in. Going for a warp in. Now, this means there's no defensive warp in, but also means that BabyMarine has no reinforcements. His reinforcements are heavily delayed. SCV's going to be going down. And there are storms ready. He scans. That's a lot of high. That's so many High Templar. That's six Templar. There's at least 6 storms. There's more than 6. Yeah, there's more than 6 storms. Tank does siege. Okay. Tank does siege up. Nice split. Nice split. Nice spread, but there's still so many storms. Tank does target fire. Does focus on the High Templar. There's 1 Templar left. That's a final storm. But Jumy's holding. Yeah, Jumy, he holds on. Across the map, Zealous overwhelm. We have more reinforcements coming in. The final SCVs. And BabyMarine is running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He's running out of army. There's barely anything left. Surrounds the Immortal. And I mean, BabyMarine, he's somewhat claiming this fight. He can get on top of the Robo. He can maybe even focus the Robo down. But there are so many more warp-ins. Trying to force friendly fire. Nice on siege. So I'll say trickle in. There's another storm. Another storm is available. Oh, the pre-split. the control is beautiful here from BabyMarine, but unfortunately there's just not enough numbers. GG gets called. That was very aesthetic, but Jumy, he will tab the series. We're going to the ace match. Whew, GG. GG, well played. We're going to the ace match. Again, BabyMarine, he had a shaky start. Yes, he saved the natural base. Yes, the supplies were close, but as you mentioned, the soup does lie. The army supply was, or the quality of the army was just greater for Jumy because of his tech, because of his faster third base, because of his greater income and greater economy. It doesn't really show until a little bit later. That's when the supplies start becoming a little bit more apparent, when they start like splitting off and when Jumy would take a lead. That's why BabyMarine, he opted for the all-in, and with that, Jumy did survive, did shut it down. And we're going to the ace match. Whew, the first ace match of the broadcast. Let's go. We're going all the way to game 3, and we'll see how the story ends. Will it go the way of Jumy or BabyMarine? We're here to find out. We're here to find out. Let's go as we're loading into Oceanborn. I mentioned earlier that we do feature an extended map pool. That means that players, they voted on 3 extra maps. 3 extra maps to add to the map pool. One of them was Sandworm, which you saw earlier. The other is Oceanborn, which was previously in a previous ladder map pool not too long ago, like the previous map pool even. The previous map pool was voted on is back, and here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the the German Protoss player. We have the German Protoss. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Jumy. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Terran. We have the blue Terran player. We have the Italian Terran, also representing Streamer Zone, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is BabyMarine. Hello. As Jumy does send out his first probe, this time not to proxy, this time to scout. I mean, it's been a very cheesy series, right? It's like game 1, BabyMarine, he went for a proxy 2-Rax Marauder. Also, Jumy went proxy Stargate. Game 2, we had Jumy open up proxy Gateway, and we had BabyMarine going for a 2-base all-in. Here, game 3, early scout by Jumy confirms the Rax is at home. The Rax is back at home. So Jumy just confirming that everything's normal, everything's as it should be. Second gas guys is on the way, so BabyMarine is going for a faster factory. A more tech-heavy start out of BabyMarine. Okay. Let's go. As Jumy does confirm the factory. He is now aware of the more tech-heavy start, and we should be seeing a safer opener out of Jumy. I'm regarding to like 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink, maybe even a robo on 2 bases as well before expanding and claiming a 3rd. Likewise, aggression is favored here on Oceanborn. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've, again, properly castled on Oceanborn. The rush distance by ground is a little bit shorter. More importantly, though, the bases are more accessible. Yes, there's a ramp coming into the natural, but there are multiple entrances here towards the third. Likewise, there's no ramp into the third, so you can just get onto the same plane of elevation as the third base for a greater fight, a greater attack. This is why back in the day, Oceanborn was very common for German taxis. German taxis were so common on Oceanborn, and again, all-ins and aggression was common here as well. One base all in. Speaking of all ins, that is not there's no CC. there's just no expansion. BabyMarine, he goes for the factory, which is normal with a 2-gas opener, but he goes for a second Rax and a starport. A 2-on-1 setup on one base. One base all in. Not unheard of. One base all ins, they are viable in this matchup, specifically in this matchup though. Like you never see one base all ins against Zerg or against Terran even either. Yeah, proxies, sure. But here we're committing. We're going into Mass Marine. These are going to be Vanilla Marines. Bear that in mind. These are Vanilla Marines. The main DPS comes from not the Marines, the tank. The Marines are only there to buffer. They're there to buffer, they're to support the tank. Tank has arrived. Medevac is on the way, and I believe we should be pulling some boys with this as well to repair. To buffer. But again, Jumy's already playing it safe. As we mentioned, Jumy doesn't know what's going on, but because of the initial opener, Jumy, he has incentive to stay on 2 bases. Did I say safe? Jumy's being hyper aggressive. Jesus. I assumed 3-gate blink. This is not 3-gate blink. This is 4-gate blink stalker. We have 4 gates on the way. 1 gate is done, 3 more gates in production, so 4-gate blink stalker. That's a lot of gateways. But we need those war pins. True. Like, the production means nothing if we have no army. And Jumy, he misses the move out. He does miss the move out. He just now confirms he sees the army. The Immortal's on the way. The longer this goes on, the better it is going to be for Jumy. But Jumy, he needs time. Nice snipe. Tank is pushing in. Again, this is the army. 2 stalkers and 2 adepts. Jumy just doesn't really have much to work with. He needs time for warpins. As he will delay the bunker. Not quite. SCV is saved. Gateway goes down to 3 gates. 3 gateways left. Does force a cancel, getting on top of the Marines, but the tank volleys are going off. The Immortal has arrived, and there's the energy overcharge. He gets on top of the tanks. The Immortal pops off, takes out the first tank, and now going for the second. Yeah, the second tank is under fire. 1 more Immortal volley, barely doesn't get it. But he's pushing through. It's close. It's so close. Stalkers go down. The tank barely survives. And he's getting some of the pylons. The pylons are under threat. The Liberator has arrived as well. He's got the freedom. He's got the liberation. And I believe BabyMarine has done it. He barely keeps the tank alive. He's pushing further in. Camping the Robo. And the Immortal, I don't think it's going to pop out because he gets 1 pylon and he's going for the other. Yeah, second pylon's going to go down. Jumy coming in from behind. He pulls the boys. He will not save the pylon. The Immortal doesn't pop out. Now there's a second tank. Oh my god. Yeah, now the second tank, massive shots. And he's done it. Yeah, BabyMarine, he has done it. The 1 base all in and catching Jumy with his pants down again. He didn't see the army until this moment. He was more than halfway across the map when the observer finally spotted the army. So late response out of Jumy, late reaction. The Twilight Council never came into play. And we're going for the final pylon. The final pylon here powering everything. Jumy, he's trying to repower that Robo. Oh, okay. He's trying to. Pylon goes down, depowers the main. But the Robo gets repowered. The Immortal will pop out. Despite that, though, there's still 2 tanks. 2 tanks and 2 Liberators. Like, no shot. No shot. 1 tank goes down. Takes out 1 of the tanks. And only the 1. As he snipes both Liberators even. Okay. I mean, impressive fight here out of Jumy, but it's not going to be enough. GG gets called. GG will play it, and BabyMarine will claim the series 2-1. He'll advance on to the next round. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, unfortunately, it was just a late scout. Late scout out of Jumy, late response. Again, he opened up 4 gates into a Twilight Council. As we saw, the Twilight Council actually never came into play. It was a waste of resources. If Jumy had scouted earlier on, if he had seen what was happening early on, even just seeing the move out earlier on instead, having a unit there in position to scout, whether it's a probe, whether it's a unit, then he would have had the wherewithal to throw down a faster robo, to even cancel the Twilight Council, to save money, to save resources, get extra warpins as well. Again, it was just a very late reaction out of Jumy. Despite that, it was still a very close fight, still very close, very clutch, but barely went the way of BabyMarine. GG. GG, well played. BabyMarine, he will advance on into the next round, and Jumy gets knocked down again. Despite us going to the ace match, very fast series. Really short games, a lot of hyper aggression between Jumy and BabyMarine, which is what we love here, which is what we appreciate. As we're now following up with our second last series of the broadcast. Let's go. We have some Zerg representation. Up next, we have Demi versus UED Soldier. Let's go.